God's own PGM.
If you know you are like me, if you have conquered, if you have won, without even fighting a single battle, because you have Jesus by your side, why not raise your hands and sing along? Hallelujah! If you are dealing with bad times, depression, marital problems, join me to sing the song. Declare your victory. Declare you're a winner. Come on and say,
I'm a winner. I'm a winner.
It's a super Saturday. Welcome to Dear Life After, where we are impacting and changing lives. If you have never joined in, you're in for a treat on today. So, hey, tag your friends, tell your friends, tweet your friends, tell them to come on over and follow Dear Life After. We're making a difference here. We're so glad that you joined us on today. I know it's Saturday and you could be doing a whole lot of other things, but you're in the right place because, again, you will hear stories, people's journeys, and they will impact and change someone's life. And that's what we're here for. So we thank you for all of your support, for all of our followers. We want to thank you. Listen, today, I want to tell somebody that it's okay to not be okay. Somebody needed to hear that on today, that it's okay to not be okay. Don't worry about it. Because what? It will be okay. It might not be okay at the moment, but it's going to get there. And so it's your journey. Don't worry about it. Nobody else has to understand your journey and what you're dealing with, but it's okay to not be okay. Today we have a special guest and we are so super excited about this person sharing their journey because, well, we keep it real here at Dear Life After. So we don't hold anything back. So put your comments, your questions in the chat, and we'll try to make sure that we get them addressed. But today we have a special guest. Her name is Kavashie Ross. Some of you know her. However, to me, she's Raquel. So what we're going to do is we're not going to delay on today because you came not to hear me, right? Some of you did, but it's okay. Not today. Today, we're going to hear from Raquel and her journey on what it's like for her and what she's been going through and has been through. So, Raquel!
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Hey, it's okay to not be okay.
It's okay to not be okay. Absolutely.
It has been a week. Let's just say that it's been a week, but you know what? I tell you, I'm just gonna take it moment by moment, not even minute by minute, but moment by moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey.
Absolutely.
Yes. So I know for you, we have talked about this, about a weight loss journey. And it wasn't just about a weight loss journey. It was about a transformation within. So just kind of tell me how you came to the decision. What made you finally say, okay, well, you know what? It's time to make some changes.
So I would say before I had the weight loss surgery, there's kind of one of those things where you try all these different things to try to lose the weight yourself. So previously, before I had the weight loss surgery, I would say from 2015 to 2017, I was 300 pounds. So as I began to reflect, I was like, you are too big. You have to do something, So I started the journey in 2018. And granted, it took me 7 months, but I lost 50 pounds. within that 7 months by myself. Well, then life hit. And when life hit, I gained the weight back. So
Okay.
now
I think somebody needs to know that. You say what hit?
life hit. And when life hit, I gained the weight back.
So life was
So
life.
life was lifing. Absolutely, life was lifing. So I'll never forget. I remember the exact day. It was September 6th, 2022. I went to go to a doctor's appointment. And when I went to the doctor's appointment, I got on the scale and it said 305. And I said, girl, you have let yourself go. So I was like, you got to do something. Like, you have to do something, right? So in that moment, and the doctor's appointment that I had went to was actually my OBGYN. I consulted in her and she was like, go for it. So then as time progressed, mind you, I haven't changed anything. I'm still eating Whataburger every night at midnight. I'm still drinking. I'm still doing all of these different types of things, right? So
And you was eating, drinking, and what?
everything. Eating and going to sleep. Um I
And you
mean,
were a smoker too, right? You smoked
and I
cigarettes.
was a smoker, absolutely. So eating, drinking, smoking, all of that. So I was like, okay. But the deciding factor for me was when I went to go take a shower one day and I could not wash my butt. And that's just being transparent. And
Mm.
I said, okay, girl, what you gonna do? So um I started to look around to see, what doctors I could go to. Of course, insurance plays a part in that. So I was like, okay, well, let me see what I can do. So October 31st, no, a week later, I would say a couple of weeks later, I went and was just like, let me just book this appointment. So I booked the appointment on October 31st. My mom went with me. And it was just like a bittersweet moment. Of course, you go into these bariatric doctor consultations and you think, oh, well, they're just going to be, they're just going to do the surgery and they're not going to tell you about it. But I went through Dr. Thomas Roshek, who was amazing. He kept it 1,000.
Okay.
Um,
That makes
so,
a difference.
yes. So October 31st, I meet with Dr. Roshek. Dr. Roshek says, and here's the kicker to all of this. Mind you, before I had the surgery, um, I was perfectly healthy. No high blood pressure, no high cholesterol,
Oh
no
wow.
diabetes, nothing. What qualified me to have the weight loss surgery is my BMI, because your BMI have to be over a certain amount for them to qualify you. And the reason why Dr. Roshek approved me to get it was because he said that this was the leading factor, that if I didn't drop the weight, then I could have all of these issues.
Right. Okay. So let's rewind though, because you got to the point you made the decision, but
Mhm,
doing life or the trying to lose weight yourself,
mhm,
how did you feel in regards to, because me being a plus size person as well,
mhm.
how did you feel with people, or did you have to deal with people in your ear constantly telling you, oh, you need to lose weight, you're not healthy, you're not this, because you also mentioned how that even though you were 305 pounds, that you did not have any health issues per se. But I know that, people will be people, and they'll be like, oh, girl, you're too big. And I'll be like, damn, I look in the mirror every day. So I don't need you to be telling me.
Right. So, um, of course, you have what I like to call haters. And the reason
Okay.
why, and the reason why I call them, the reason why I say that is simply because when you look in the mirror every day, you look in that mirror every day and you say, gosh, I need to lose weight. Gosh, oh, look at this pimple on my face. Oh, look at my arms. Look at this. And my per se with that was that motivated me to say, okay, well, if you're looking at it, other people are looking at it, but you can't depend on other people. You got to depend on self.
Okay.
So when and even now and back then, I've always been a one person who's tried to lose the weight per se naturally. And um, so with that being said, of course I faltered. Of course I didn't get up and go work out. But when I work out for myself. I work out because it gives me peace. I work out because I know somebody else is watching me saying, oh my gosh, look at your journey. But if they only knew what it took to get to the journey,
Mm-hmm.
and people are going to talk, whether you big, fat, whatever, they're going to talk about you regardless. Because if you get down to a certain size, they're going to say, oh, girl, you skinny. Well, I mean, this is my body. I do what I want with my body. And one of the things that I per se have told people, I don't need anybody to motivate me. I don't need anybody to help me lose weight because I've done it before. What happened was life, I fell off and now I'm back on track. So, so
Mentally, how did that make you feel dealing with people saying, hey, well, Raquel, you need to lose weight. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you need to quit smoking. You need to quit doing this. You shouldn't be eating that.
so I could honestly say I trained my mind to be stronger than my heart. So
Say that one again. You
I
can't just let that
trained
go by.
I trained my mind to be stronger than my heart. I
Wow.
I stopped letting what people say about me hinder me from getting to my goal because what I realized is those people are happy, but why be miserable when you can be the change? You can change it yourself. The first part of change is you have to accept the fact that you're overweight, or you have to accept that you have some type of addiction or some type of mental or anything like that. And so when I decided that my health and mental needed to be tamed, then I tamed it. But here's the thing, you're not going to do anything until you're ready to do it. So if
Hmm.
you want to lose it, you'll lose it. If you want peace, you will have peace, but you have to do it yourself. And of course, everybody is going to be in your ear. Of course, they're going to say, oh, well, you look good, but you got, somebody else over here saying, oh, well, she should have done lost more weight than what she's already lost. Well, you don't know what I go through on a day to day basis. You don't know how hard it is to get to where I am. So, mentally, speaking about the surgery, it's an up and down roller coaster. But again, you have to train your mind to be stronger than your heart.
So when you say mentally, it's an up and down roller coaster. So I know that most of the times when you get ready to have a weight loss surgery, uh,
Mhm.
some of the insurance companies require that you receive, counseling on some level. What are your thoughts about that? Do you think that it's necessary?
Absolutely. My process went super fast. So with my process going super fast, and of course, every bariatric doctor is different, right? So with my particular doctor, they only required me to do one nutrition visit and one psychological eval.
Oh wow.
So as long as I wasn't showing signs of suicidal, then they were good because when you go to do the psychological eval, that's one of the things that they look for. So you have to be careful what you say because if you're not careful with what you say, that will stop the process of you having the surgery.
Okay. Okay. So there's a question. How important was your support system?
Very important. I will say that you have to have an accountability partner. Um, and I actually have an accountability partner. Actually, the day I went for my consultation was the day she had her surgery. So
Okay.
we're both 2 months shy. Well, she had hers in October and I had mine in December.
Okay.
So, but again, her process was different from my process. So it's great to have a support system. It's great to and I tell anybody within the bariatric groups that I'm in, it's great because when you can't pick yourself up, somebody needs to tell you, hey girl, get up and go to the gym. Or hey girl, did you drink your water today? That's 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 accountability.
So, and when you say accountability, I know there's some people, when you're dealing with family, um, sometimes people don't understand that it's all in delivery. Like, okay,
Mhm.
you can support me, but you got to also know how to support me because everybody's mental, everybody's psyche is different per se. So I know, like for me, and I've different weight loss journeys, trying to do eat properly because obviously that makes a big difference in
Absolutely.
the losing of weight. So do you think that makes that your support system or people closest to you, should have some type of counseling or classes as well so that they understand,
Hmm.
instead of, so because people will I call it badger you or nagging you per se, because to me, instead of telling me what I shouldn't be doing, if you're
Hmm.
really supporting me, because 9 times out of 10, when you are overweight, you already have some other things that you're dealing with.
Right.
So in that sense, so instead of you telling me that, then okay, meal prep for me. Uh, let it be some type of other gesture than you nagging me verbally about what I should and shouldn't be doing.
Right. So, and that just goes back to the you have to train your mind to be stronger than your heart. Now, I will tell you, the beginning part of the journey was it was a deal breaker because you go out to eat and you know that you're on this 1,200 count calorie diet for 2 weeks.
Mhm.
And so you see the person over there, they got a hamburger, french fries, and a sweet tea. Well, here you got to eat a piece of lettuce and drink some water. So you
I
have
mean, not theoretically. You got to just have lettuce and water, but
right, but you get what I'm saying, right?
yes.
So, but because here's the thing with this journey, it's not a race, it's a journey. So when you see, people out having these big plates and you go, oh my gosh, that food looks so good. But you know that in the end, that's not good for you because you chose to go on this journey. It's your journey, it's not their journey. So, but most of the time when people see, oh, well, she got this salmon, she got this broccoli, she got this water, oh, she's on the healthy kick. Sometimes that motivates other people to do right. Now, whether they stay on the bandwagon, then it's up to them. Um, so, and I had my surgery 3 days after Christmas. So, I wanted that dressing. I wanted that baked chicken. I wanted all of that, right?
Right.
But no, because I chose to make myself healthier, I had to get that salad with that baked chicken and I had to drink that water because I was on a 1,200 calorie diet for 2 weeks. So Um, and I followed the diet. And before I had the surgery, I ended up losing 15 pounds before I even had the surgery.
Okay, so tell people, I guess some people want to know, say for instance, okay, like you said, you're on a 1200 calorie diet. So
Mhm.
is that since you've had the surgery, because obviously that was back in December, and now here we are in August.
Mhm.
So how, because some people think, well, you can't ever eat this ever again in life, or, how does that
Mhm.
work for you? How have you been able to make it work where you're still able to enjoy the things, let's say, that you used to eat versus saying, oh, I can never eat that again in life? Is it not about moderation?
It is, it's most definitely about moderation, right? So um they put you on this 1200 count calorie diet simply because they want you to be able to eat less. So one of the key factors into having the surgery is that your liver has to be at a certain percentage.
Okay.
If your liver is not at a certain percentage, a certain percentage, then what happens is they don't perform the surgery because where they're going in. And I'm sorry, I forgot to say I had the gastric sleeve. So the gastric sleeve versus the gastric bypass is two totally different surgeries. The gastric bypass, they reroute your intestines. The gastric bypass, I'm sorry, the gastric sleeve, they take 80% of your stomach. So 80% of my stomach is gone. And it's laparoscopic. So you don't have any, I have maybe one scar. And so they slice it like a banana. So in order to get to your stomach, your liver has to be shrunk. So they're gonna know when they open you up if you did what you were supposed to do. Back to accountability. Because if you really want the surgery, you're gonna do what it takes to shrink that liver.
So,
So
is it common that people get to the point of they're at surgery, they open them up, and then they can't have
absolutely.
it?
Yes, ma'am.
Girl,
The
I would
doctor,
be pissed.
yes, ma'am. So the doctor will say, the doctor will say, because by this time you sleep, you've got the anesthesia, all of this different type of things. They wake you up. Well, unfortunately, Miss Sally, we couldn't do it because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. And so because you didn't do what you were supposed to do, you got to come back and try again.
Not try again.
Yeah, you're gonna try again. So,
Uh-uh.
so,
Uh-uh.
so typically what I did, I tell you what I ate on my 1200 calorie count diet. I had a boiled egg, I had a rotisserie chicken, and that's what I ate. And I had, of course, everything has to be sugar free. So I had a zero sugar Gatorade. Sometimes I would make like cabbage and ground turkey. Um, it just depends. But I knew because I had to drink protein shakes as well. So I would have a protein shake in the morning, a protein shake at um, noon, and then I would eat dinner, which would be, the boiled egg or the chicken. And then I will also be active. The key point, a lot of people don't know, the key point to losing weight is to be active. All you have to do is be active. 30 minutes a day. You can go
You know
outside.
what? And I think a lot of people that's where a lot of people lose it. Because when you say active, and I just know this from, and I know people get tired of hearing about Aunt Betty, but oh well, they'll be all right. So
We love Aunt Betty.
that's right. But I know that when she found out, and I think that's another misconception that people have, is that
Mhm.
because you're a plus size person, that
Mhm.
you automatically going to have these health issues. Well, Aunt Betty found out that she was diabetic, and so she immediately, changed, her eating habits along with that being active. And
Right.
she's not an outside person, and Aunt Betty is this big, but I know that she walks in the house,
Yes.
in the house, in
Yes.
place. She walks.
So being active, I tell anybody, being active is being active. Whether you up cleaning your house, whether you want to walk outside and clean out the garage, being active is being active. Another thing that is an accountability for me is my Apple Watch. I know some people don't have Apple Watches, but if you have a Fitbit or whatever,
Mhm.
when I look at my watch and I see, oh shoot, my watch tells me to get up and walk. My watch says you ain't moving. My watch,
Yes. Yes.
so that's just another,
Yes.
again, accountability. So
Mhm.
when I say be active, I mean, sometimes, of course, I don't work out all the time. I mean, I worked out this morning, but at the same time, I put on my summer suit and go out there and wash my car. That's active work.
Yes, that is active work.
You
But
you just have to be active. As long as you're active, give it 30 minutes a day. As long as you active. If you walk around your house in circles, if you walk up and down the stairs, but being active is the key. Now, of course, eating correctly is the key as well, but be active. So you gotta do, be active.
be active. Be active. We want everybody to be active. Listen,
Be,
but
be
let's
active.
talk about this mental part of it, because I do know, because I know you, that it wasn't just a transformation in your physical body per se.
Right. Right.
That you had a mental transformation. You transition, mentally, for
Mhm.
as being able to your emotions and how you overall your thought process. Like
Mhm.
how did that come about for your mental transformation? Like what was the key? Was that somebody, what I'm saying, nagging you? Was that uh, just what was it?
So I would say it was a little bit of both. Of course, sometimes we want to live up to people expectations, right? So
Okay.
when we want to live up to people expectations, well, you go, oh, well, let me go get this surgery because so and so told me I need it. But here is the thing with that, if you're not mentally prepared, you're gonna fail. Gonna fail. Because you can't do it because so and so told you to do it. But when you make up in your mind that you this is something that you want, then you start to prepare. So you start asking God, hey God, help me get rid of this. Hey, help me to understand why I'm on this journey. Am I on this journey for me or am I on this journey for somebody else?
Okay. When you say, okay, so did you have an issue with being pressured in regards to the surgery and how, and if
I
so,
had maybe a little bit of pressure, but not much. Like I said, for me, when I couldn't wash my butt, and that's just being transparent, I knew then I had to do something. I had to do something because us as plus size, we tend to sweat in places that and
mhm.
you know where I'm going with that. So,
Oh my
I mean, I'm
goodness.
just being real. So that was like the key for me. The
Okay.
key for me was like when I couldn't do nothing, when I couldn't wash my butt, and I'm just like, no. But mentally, I
How
prayed
did
on
you
it.
feel in that moment?
In that moment, I literally broke down crying. And I said, God, help me. And that's when he spoke to me and he said, you need to have that surgery. It's time. You have battled with this for 34 years. Let's get back to you. Because I know that you want to be healthy, but you fall off, you get up. You fall off, you get up. You fall off, you get up. Okay, well now I'm gonna allow you to get this tool because that's the thing. It's a tool. You will gain the weight back if you don't follow instructions.
Okay, so you've lost quite a bit of weight. Now
Hmm.
I know that you smoked, so
Hmm.
mentally, and you smoked for how many years?
10 years.
Okay, so then how did you get through the stop smoking?
So another
Because I know your
transparent.
mama nagged you about that smoking. If nothing
Oh,
else, oh Raquel, you don't quit smoking.
I
You got to
know.
quit smoking them cigarettes. You got to quit smoking them cigarettes.
I know. I know. So, whew, um, being transparent, um, I smoked up until 2 days before I had surgery.
Oh my God, are you serious?
I am serious.
Baby, I know that baby, she about had it. She when she
Well,
did she
she found out when we was in the doctor's office, but that's neither here or there. So
what did she say? Just tell me what she said, because I can only
she was
imagine.
like, Raquel, you know how she is. But she was like, you told me. I said, I didn't tell you I stopped. I said I slowed down. So,
Oh my God.
but hey, it is what it is, right? But so 2 days before I asked God to remove it. I asked him to remove it. And he did just that.
Oh
Just
wow.
like that. Just like that.
Yeah. Because you were at that point, you were ready.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I will tell anybody in this weight loss journey, if you're not ready, don't go get it for cosmetic because you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail. Because if you doing it to have a good looking body, you're not doing it to be healthy. And that is that hinders the people who actually need it.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
you
The
you have,
mental.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because again, my emotions are up and down. So some days I would cry and be like, you know what, just give me my old stomach back. Other
Not
days,
giving my old stomach back.
give my old stomach back. Yeah, give my old stomach back. And other days I would just be like, you know what, keep pushing. So I'm not sure if I've stated. Um, Again, I had surgery December 28th, 2022. As of August the 12th, I am currently down 80 pounds.
Oh, that is awesome. That is amazing.
So, but keep in mind, I was 300 when I started. 2 weeks later, I dropped 15 pounds. Um, and I had to go get it motion. So I'll go and talk about the actual surgery part of it. So again, most people don't know I've never had any major surgery. None.
Really. Now
This is
that
the
is
this
that's
is the
amazing.
first time that I have actually been put to sleep. So of course you know I have to tell Jesus to take the wheel.
Oh yeah. Let's see if we can show. I don't know if we can or not. Some before and after pictures. I know we have a few. Let's see. I don't know if she's able to throw those on the screen real quick. It's the before and after. Yeah. Wow.
And if you look at the smiles on that picture right there, you can look at the picture on the left and see that I was miserable. The picture on the right, that's a glow.
Yeah, that is a glow. That is a glow. And this is the most recent picture from
And
last.
this is the most recent picture from last Sunday.
Yeah. Wow. That is absolutely amazing. Because a lot of people don't realize that it's not just a weight loss journey. You know, like I said, you know, it's
Right.
a total transformation.
Right.
You know.
And so I'll talk about how I went blonde too and know her. So
Okay.
back to the surgery. This is my first major surgery. So with this being my first major surgery, I'm like, okay, they're gonna put me to sleep. Oh Jesus. So of course my mom and my dad was there.
Mm-hmm.
Um you know, my mom has supported me through it all. My dad has supported through it all. So we get to the hospital at 6 o'clock that morning. Um, and when we get to the hospital, my heart sunk. And I was like, am I really finna go in here and do this? Are they really finna go in here and put me to sleep? Like this is things going through my mind. And I'm like, okay, well, you here. So you can't back out because you done already went through all of this. Um, and my process was very fast. I had my consultation October 31st. I was my insurance approved it November 28th. I had surgery December 28th. So I went through it like really fast. And so as I go to, we're in the room and my mom, I'll tell y'all it's fun. It's not funny, but my mom was in there. And when she was in there, the nurse had to ask her to walk out because she started to cry. Because of course, as a mother, this her daughter is going under. She's never had to experience her daughter going under. So my mom, she stepped out because the nurse had told her, well, how she goes up under anesthesia is how she will come out.
Oh
So
wow.
we want her to go happy and, you know,
Right.
peacefully so that she will wake up peacefully.
Right.
So we go through it and y'all, let me tell y'all about that anesthesia. Woo! It took me out. I could barely stay awoke. I mean, every other 5 minutes I was up. I mean, I was asleep. I could not keep my eyes open for nothing. So I go home, and of course, you know, they have to make sure you can push liquids and everything like this, you know, the whole rope. So I get home, and I had braids when I had surgery.
Okay.
So, because I was like, I need something done to my head. So, I wasn't in any pain. Of course, I had all these different medications. They prescribed me, you know, a narcotic, blood thinner, um, acid reflux, which is something that I suffer with today, is acid reflux.
Okay.
Um, they wanted to make sure I didn't get any stomach ulcers or anything like that. So they also provided a biopsy on my stomach to make sure everything was good. So, well, we go on. And mind you, I had surgery December 28th. I was out on the track January 1st because that gas pain is real. It's real, real.
Okay.
Like, it's real. So
So it hurts really bad.
oh yeah, I was sitting there doing just rocking, and again, this just goes back to me saying being active. I walked, I walked, I walked, I walked. And finally, when I was able to get rid of the gas pain, whoo, I was relieved. But following the gas pain, I had constipation. So that is really the only two things that I had any issues with. I can tell you since surgery, I have never thrown up. I've never had the dumping syndrome. None of that. Because I listen to my body.
Okay.
Um, and so we go forward. Well, I end up getting the crochet. So when I took the braids out, my hair was just coming out, just just coming out. I
Really?
was and I was like, okay, okay, okay. And of course, I read up on it. One of the side effects of the surgery is hair loss. So um, I did that. And so then I got a crochet and I kept it up for like a month. And when I took that crochet out, I mean, more hair just started coming out, coming out. I said, okay. So I say that to say this I've done two transformations. I had surgery December, I cut my hair off in March. So I did two major life changes with back to back with each other. Of course, the what brought my hair out was the anesthesia. That's what brought my hair out.
Okay. And that's why
So
everybody have to know that, it's different for everybody. Everybody's body is different.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
different things happen to different
Di-
people. So, yeah.
Different things happen to different people. So it's crazy because when my mom I said, well, mom, I got something I need to tell you. And you know my mom, she was like, what is it, Raquel? And I was like, I cut my hair. And she was like, you did what? I said, I cut my hair. Let me show you.
Oh, that's when you sent the pictures to us in the group text.
That's when I sent the picture to her
Okay.
into the group text. So the um what you see now is I haven't had a haircut in 2 months. So when I cut my hair off, I just said I'm India Ari. I'm not my hair, it'll grow back. So um and what did it for me in cutting my hair? Everybody was like, oh my God, that fits you so perfectly.
And it does. It does.
And so I was like, okay. Um, I sent the pictures to my brothers, and my brothers was like, oh my gosh, you look just like your sister. So my sister had short hair. She had short hair as well. She was just bright skinned. So um, I was like, wow. And so actually, I was black and I dyed it blonde because my sides here takes a little bit time. It's taking a little bit of time to grow back. So I dyed it blonde so it would blend in with my skin.
Okay.
So that's how I became bald headed and blonde.
Okay. But it is a very cute look on you, you know?
Thank you.
And so like I say, all that is a part of the transformation.
All of
And
that is a part of
doing I think what people the takeaway that I have from what you're saying is do what works for you.
do what works for you. And I'll tell anybody who goes through the process, listen to your body. Listen to your body. Because when you listen to your body, your old stomach,
Mm.
what your
The
old
one, the
stomach
one
will
you
take,
want it back.
now I want that back. But
Okay.
what your old stomach take, your new stomach won't. So and I say that to say, as of right now, I'm able to eat everything, nothing but pork. I, pork, Jesus almost opened the gates. So
So
I
you can't
knew
you can't eat bacon.
I can't eat no bacon. I can't eat no,
Oh, oh,
yeah.
I'm sick. Just think. Wait a minute, I'm sick just thinking about it. I mean,
Um, so yeah, it sent, and I only think it did that simply because, matter of fact, I can't tell you when the last time I had a pork chop. Okay, so I think what happened was because I hadn't had pork at all when I introduced it, it sent my body into a shock because I really don't eat pork. I'm a chicken, fish,
Okay.
salmon,
Okay.
um, turkey. So, and it literally sent chills all over my body. I was like, oh no, this
Okay. So
ain't it.
you weren't really a bacon person per se before.
I was sausage. I like sausage.
Oh, okay. 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 So
So
yeah, I guess that
um
hey.
yeah, so other than that, like I haven't had like any issues. And let me just say this: stalls are real, plateaus are real. So, what I mean by stalls, just because you lost, um, you know, 10 pounds last month, you might not lose nothing but 5 the next month. The main key in all of this is that you have to trust the process. And you have to remember that it's a journey, it's not a race.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, you have to train your mind to be stronger than your heart. Now, I can tell you, I've hit a stall, but you can break that stall. And how you break it is, you just continue to keep going. So, because it's a tool, it ain't, it's a tool. So, in order for the tool, you have to trust the process. Um, and like, I mean, I'm back to normally eating. I mean, I had to do a 3 week pre-op diet. I had to do a 2 week pre-op diet and then a 3 week liquid diet, and now I died. But
Okay.
I'm still here.
Okay. And that makes
So,
a difference. And I think that people need to know, again, like for as the mental, for as the seeing the
mm,
therapist, like, is it a point? Do you suggest that a person, let's say for instance, okay, the insurance, like you say, you only had to have the one session, but what's the
mhm,
importance of the person knowing and being, let's say, real with themselves in regards to, okay, I need more than this, just to kind of bring it together. Like, what what would you tell somebody that is contemplating, that is dealing with, you know, issues with how they are feeling about, being overweight and
mhm.
the transformation? What advice at this point would you give them so that they can, take away from this?
So, what I would say is first, mentally prepare yourself. If you do not mentally prepare, you're going to fail. And you have to do it for self. You can't do it for the people over there in the back. You got to do it for self. So with that being said, yes, I wish that I had went through more psychological evals, but at this point I'm 8 months in. So not saying I can't go, see a counselor, because I can, but you have to train your mind to be stronger than your heart. And the surgery will hold you accountable. It will, if you go do it and you're not mentally prepared for it and you're not physically prepared for it,
Mm-hmm.
it will hold you accountable. Because when you go try to go bite that piece of cake or you go try to drink that sip of sweet tea, it your new stomach is gonna let you know that we ain't having that. So I mean, I haven't had to experience, but of course, I know what I got to do. So you
Yeah.
have to do it for self. You have to do it for self. Now,
And Betty says
going,
you must develop will over want.
you must develop will over want. You are definitely right, Aunt Betty. Yes, ma'am. And so I also um working out, sitting in the sauna brings me peace.
Okay.
That's my happy place.
Okay.
So find you a happy place. If your happy place is in your closet, let that be your happy place. My happy place is the sauna, the gym, being outside. Now it's too hot to be outside right now, but I can't wait to fall because I love being outside. I love being in nature. Um, I love being active. And as with me working out the way I work out, as long as you remain active, the tool will tool. It will tool.
Okay.
Um, so, but mentally, you have to be prepared. If you're not prepared, you are going to fail. And it's gonna take you so fast that you're gonna want that old stomach back. And at this point, you can't get the old stomach back. You got to work it with the new stomach.
You gotta
So
work.
with your new stomach gonna hold you accountable. Um, so you just gotta do what's best for you. You have to give it a T for trying, a E for effort. And as long as you push towards it every day is a new day. 1 minute, 1 second, 1 hour, 1 day, one moment at a time. Only do what you have control over. If you can control it, you can do it. So that means if you say like for instance, one of the things is I have to drink at least 64 ounces of water a day. I have to have at least 60 grams of protein a day. So as you can tell, I worked out this morning. This is 50, this is 50 ounces.
Okay.
So that means I'm already halfway to the mark of drinking the fluids. Now I'll drink this, and of course I drink like Crystal Light and sugar-free stuff. But as long as I get more water than the Crystal Light, I'm good. Protein, I'm at the point now to where they want me to take protein from food. But before I had to take it from, protein shakes and bars.
Right.
So, um, but water is the key too. Water is the key. Water is the key.
Okay.
So, um, and then one other thing I want to say is that your journey is not somebody else's journey. You can't compare, just because your cousin over here lost 50 pounds in 6 months and the other girl lost 10 pounds in 20 months. Well, they say, well, I want to be like you. No, be yourself. Be
Okay.
yourself.
All right. All right.
Be
Yes.
yourself.
Yes.
So you have to realize my journey is not your journey. Her journey is not your journey. So because people say, I want to be like you. No, I want you to be better than me. You don't want to be like me because you don't know what it took for me to get here. So if you
Ooh,
had to endure what
yeah.
I had to go through, then you take that old stomach back. So
Okay. We're not gonna take the old one back. So yeah.
yeah. So and that's what I'm saying. Like you have to realize, and I say that because of my friend, you know what I'm saying, because of my friend who went through it as well. Her journey is different from my journey. I have another friend who had it. Her journey is different from my journey. So you can't allow my journey to hinder your journey. Just
Right.
because just because you see me, and here's the thing, I post stuff all the time because here's the thing, you don't know what people fighting behind closed doors. So you have to be a motivation to somebody else. And if somebody see, oh girl, you look good. But I also I post like my workout videos and everything like that because you don't know. You might help that person get up and go to the gym. They might not
Right.
go every day.
Exactly. Yeah.
They might not go every day. They may go once a week. But at the same time, your journey is not my journey. And you can't tell me what I need to do on my journey. So
Yeah, I think
I
that's
know
key. I
what
think
works.
that's key.
Yeah, I know what works for me. And what works for me is that I go work out 4 times a week. What worked for you, you may only go work out 1 time a week. Now there are people who do have this surgery and are not active at all. Because and that's how the flabby skin come about. Now from
Okay.
day one,
That's a whole, wait a minute, that's a whole nother show there. But yeah.
yeah,
But yes,
yeah.
but yes, yes.
But
So
but from day one, I've trained my stomach. Now I need to work on my arms, but from day one, I've trained my stomach. I wore saran wrap and Vicks Vapor Rub and waist trainers and everything like that. Because here's the thing: I gave Baylor Plano $31,000 for this surgery. I'm not having loose skin removal when I can tame it myself.
okay. Well, listen, Raquel, we really appreciate you sharing your journey with us, you know, inspiring, because someone needed to hear that. Somebody needed to
Mhm.
know, you know, like you said, that they got to train their mind to be stronger than their heart. Somebody needed
Mhm.
to hear, you know, that, hey, their journey is not somebody else's journey. Somebody
Mhm.
needed to know that on today, you know? And of course, as I said in the beginning, somebody needed to know that it's okay to not be okay.
It's
Uh,
okay to not be okay, and you're entitled to how you feel, and nobody can change that.
Absolutely, absolutely. We really appreciate you. We are so super happy of all the progress you made in your transformation, mentally, as well as in your physical appearance.
Mhm.
We know that it is definitely a journey. And for those people who have joined us on today, again, we thank you for signing on to Dear Life After. We ask that you continue to invite your friends to like our page and follow us, to meet us here on Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. live. As well, we put up the information because the show is actually not produced for free. So if you want to make a donation, by all means, please do so. Also, we want to say also that on Monday through Thursday, we have morning tea with Lonnie B. She does a devotional at 8 a.m. Monday through Thursday. And listen, it is awesome. It is amazing. It is short, sweet, but hey, it's the perfect way to start your morning during the week. Then on Fridays, listen, we come with morning Bible study with Manny Cush at 8 a.m. on Fridays, Central Standard Time. And he digs into the word and breaks it down for you on Friday mornings. Right now, Gregory Motivation Moments with Greg Bloomfield. He is has closed out his season, but he will definitely be back next month in September. And he is on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. He has awesome, amazing guests. You do not want to miss this lineup. And next week, let me tell you, hey, we have a special guest, Miss Verenda Harper, and she's gonna tell, hey, church people, I know you meant well, but quit telling me how to feel. So we want you to
Woo!
come and hear her journey on next Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Uh, and so we want to thank you for joining us every Saturday morning at 11. Hey, go and tell your friends to like and follow our page. Okay. And
Yep.
until we meet again, make it a great day on purpose. Bye bye.